Hello, my fellow Shogun 2 players, Zaript here. And just yesterday we were doing a video with Heir of Carthage, Majute Killerfish and Prussian Prince, video on veteran upgrades, and we were discussing just the cavalry for 40 minutes. So you can assume, you can see how deep this game is. There is a lot of opinions to share, a lot of different points of view. And I'm glad we did it, and we probably will continue over the course of the weeks. And the fact that the whole audience of Heir of Carthage would see it, I think, is absolutely astonishing, because more people would make their units better without wasting money on like bad upgrades. But one thing we didn't expect it to go for so long, so we messed up one thing. We didn't start from a most important units in the game. Well, not most important, but units that easy to screw up, and each DLC units and heroes that you have. The problem with them, when you can delete usual units, veterans, just delete them and you waste time, but you can vet them up again. With DLC units, you can't do that. And it really bothers me to see people bringing these units upgraded to level 9 with very cost-ineffective upgrades. Because these units, especially these ones that I picked, are best units in the whole game. Like, you can't get better than this. And if you upgrade them right, you can keep them cheap, you can keep them good, and generally you will get just more cost-effective army. It's not always matters that much, but I want to share this, and obviously we will do discussion on that, bigger discussion with better players, but just as a quick reference. I want to share my opinion, and keep in mind, this is just opinion of one player, with some experience. So I will not be going through the whole units, just those that consider it viable. Of course you can bring and use any of them, but most of heroes are too expensive for having only, for example, this very scary Gazan's Hime heroines. If you watched CA against the World, Prussian Prince and Heir of Carthage against Will and Phil CA, they did ridiculously good. But it's only 30 men for 1200 Koko, and they would be destroyed by 2 or 3 volleys from Matchlock Ashigaru. And lately a lot of people use Matchlocks, so this unit is just way too vulnerable. It's just too risky to bring it. And this is why I'm not covering all these expensive units over 1000 Koko. Okay, 2 units that considered OP and very annoying. It's Donderbuss Cavalry and Mounted Gunners. Mounted Gunners are 100 range, Matchlocks on horses. So you can run in, shot a volley, run out, and you can run out whole game. I would say this unit is already good vanilla. Like, it's super cheap, and it can rack up a ridiculous amount of kills if you can use it right, if you can keep it safe from enemy bows and cavalry. So, if at some point you think I should upgrade it, think twice. Maybe you maybe you don't need it, because just think about it. When you get to 10 stars, your avatar would cost 1800 Koko. It would be very expensive. So personally, when I can, it's either vanilla or 2 upgrades in accuracy. And for all shooting cavalry or bow cavalry, reload speed doesn't matter that much, because you get in range, shot a volley, get out of range, so you don't stay there shooting. So accuracy is more important. If you want to go past 2 upgrades, I wouldn't go reload speed yet. I would go, just general speed, because all your enemy cavalry would be targeting it. So you have to run away. And I would only take it if I want to go to increased range. So at level 5, you will have 2 accuracy, 2 speed, increased range. That's enough. If you noticed at some point then it's not very good, but if you notice that you're winning a games using mounted gunners and sometimes you even run out of ammunition, so basically you're playing a kiting game, put this point in extra ammunition. But until you feel you really need it, leave it at 2 accuracy. It would be only 900 koku. It's so cheap, so strong. You get my point, right? Donderbuss, same idea, same upgrades. 2 accuracy, 2 speed, increased range, maybe extra ammunition. It works as well. Personally, I think you can go just well with vanilla one. But yeah, with this 50 range, it's very difficult to use. It's basically revolver cavalry. If you manage to get really close, you can decimate whole units in just one volley. Well, 2-3 and you get them dead. Very vulnerable to cavalry, so be careful with it. Keep it cheap. And these 2 units, it's very important to keep them cheap because they're so strong and so good. Fire cavalry. Best cavalry unit in the game, and you should start with 2 melee attack. What good about this unit? It have morale aura and very good stats for the price. With 2 melee attack, you will get the cheapest strong cavalry unit in a game, but a lot of people would add 2 melee defense. So first price point, melee attack. If you noticed that you play cavalry heavy and you want to win cavalry fights no matter what, you start thinking about, okay, maybe level 4, and if you rely on it even more, just first make sure you rely on it. Add 2 more melee attack. So level 2, level 4, or level 6. Going past that, some people do, but in my opinion, it's not worthwhile because you have great guts in that price range above that. So I use them on level 4 generally because they very good in melee fight when they have this defense. I don't like going more expensive. I like them cheap. Spears of Shizugatake. They're still very vulnerable to matchlocks because it's 30-man unit. But with 40 attack, if you can keep them safe behind, they will win you basically any cavalry fight. If you don't bring Great Gods, bring Spears of Shizugatake with support of 2 or 3 Yari cavalry. And if you stay out of range of matchlocks, they're very good. Upgrades, they're too expensive for upgrading. Keep them as they are or give them 2 melee attack. Nothing else. And yeah, they would fight to last man. Cool unit, but just I almost never bring them, but I know they can do good if you build your army around them. Portuguese Tercos. The problem with this unit, if you upgrade it as everyone do, there is 2 paths. 2 reload speed, 2 accuracy, increased range, or 2 reload speed, 2 speed for kiting, increased range. If you do that, you will get over 1000 koku. And for hybrid unit, I think it's no good. So personally, when I upgraded them to level 5, I noticed that I can't use them properly. They have 1000 koku, and one game they perform good, other games they perform bad, so it's just too big of an investment. I would suggest you to leave them vanilla. It's a good matchlock unit, which can survive cavalry charge because of good melee attack. I just keep them as that. But if you really want, first, when you upgrade matchlocks, make sure you know your playstyle. If you keep your matchlocks on one place, upgrade them to reload speed, to accuracy, increased range. But if you notice that you have good enough micro, and if you can starting kiting with your matchlocks, like you notice that you have enough micro to pull back and shoot from different position, consider skipping accuracy and going to reload to speed. You will notice it's worth it. Okay, next unit. Very difficult one to use, but very worthwhile. Long Yari Ashigaru is probably the most cost-effective unit in a game in Spear Wall. And it's a unit that you have to upgrade. What people do? Obviously, they start with 2 melee defense, first stepping point. Second one, 2 melee attack. Next one, 2 more melee defense. So, 2, 4, 6. Sometimes, for example, I don't like how they have only 6 morale, so I throw in 1 morale during the upgrading. And you want to upgrade them whenever you can, so when you get to this position, level 6, level 7, you're good. Some people may go farther away and add 1 more morale and go for hold firm or, for example, inspire. That's for you to decide. I like them on level 7. What's important to remember? If you don't put this unit in Spear Wall when fight starts, you wasted your money. You just wasted. If you put them in Spear Wall and inspire them with your general, they will rack up kills. They would hold the middle of your army like nothing else. So it's a unit only worth bringing if you can use it right. So learn to use it right. Learn to put them in Spear Wall. Actually, keep them in Spear Wall unless you need them to move. The problem with Spear Wall is that your unit become very slow. But yeah, remember, if you see your enemy with Spear Wall, Long Yari, Ashigaru in the middle, don't freaking engage. They will destroy your swords. They will destroy anything. Next testy unit, Bulletproof Samurai. The most reliable probably infantry unit in a game because they can hold their ground against any enemy. Other units that worth upgrading all the way to level 9. But generally what I would do, I start with 2 melee defense, go 2 melee attack when I can, and add 2 melee defense. Personally, I leave them at level 6. Because I prefer cheap units just below 1000 or around 1000 koku. Now, if you go to level 9 to hold firm, what can you add? Well, you probably can, I don't know, throw in morale or maybe even replenish, but generally this skill not worth it because it doesn't help you on battlefield. With hold firm or inspire, Bulletproof Samurai can stay in fight forever. So maybe it's worth upgrading all the way to hold firm. I like them cheap. And you notice it, really, I want to iterate over it again. You will notice when they become too expensive, it becoming like any matchlock build or bow general with piercing arrow become very tough to deal with because they would be killing your units and each volley of your enemy would be very expensive for you. So whenever you can keep them cheap, do it. But for these 2 units, it's worth going to level 9. Probably only for these 2. For these 2, again, like it's so important. Don't go past level 6. Just don't do it. If you manage to keep them vanilla, do it, please. Wako Raiders. Next unit that worth leveling up to level 9, but personally I keep them on level 6. Have Kisha training, can cap dodges, like so good, and they so cheap for their stats. 10 morale, 12 attack, 7 melee defense, beautiful. How you upgrade them? As any sword unit. 2 melee attack first. Then since they don't have 2 melee defense, you pick defense, morale. Some people would argue about charge. We didn't really test it. Charge may be worthwhile, but it's so unreliable and so random. While defense and morale will definitely help you. And then obviously 2 more melee attack. After that, I leave them at that, level 6. Some people go to Banzai and Inspire through melee defense and morale. I think it's worth it sometimes, but just because of Kisho training, whenever I can, I use Wako Raiders instead of ninjas. And, well, they better be cheap. Okay, getting closer to the end. Just 2 more. Tetsubo Warrior Monks. I don't use them much. Again, only 30 men in a unit. Insane melee attack. And despite them having bonus of cavalry 0, remember, bonus of cavalry is not only additional attack against cavalry, it's ability to attack cavalry first. So if cavalry charges Tetsubo Warrior Monks, Tetsubo Warrior Monks would get first roll in attack. So they would start killing slightly earlier. This is why they put this bonus versus cavalry 0. Now, why this unit is good? For super cheap, for very cheap price, at the very beginning of the game, you get Warcry. It's a very cool skill, because Warcry would slow down units, they will decrease their defense, and they will decrease their morale temporarily. So, personally, I don't upgrade it. I just keep it like this. Cheap, strong, Warcry unit. Just, I don't see, like, keep them away from matchless, and this is units that you can use. Okay, here the problem, Daikyu, I don't use them much myself. I don't believe in foot bows. And in that Air of Cottage video, he said it as well, like, he's bringing his Daikyus, they get up to 300 kills, and he loses the game. Just because for this price, and if you upgrade them for bigger price, like, you can bring 3 cheap units, or 2 decent units, or 1 good unit and 1 cheap unit. Like, it's just not worth it most of the time. If you want to use them, well, you can try using them vanilla on camping maps, like Oboke Gorge. They may work, yeah. On Osaka Plains, they may work. If you upgrade them, it's usually to reload speed, to accuracy, and like for shooting cavalry, for bow cavalry, for mounted gunners, accuracy goes first. But for foot bows, reload speed goes first, because there is more men in a unit, and they generally stay in one place. You can't easily run in and out, they slow. So you generally stay on one place and shoot. And that's why you take reload speed first, then you take accuracy, and then you take increased range, and you will have ridiculous 200 range. If you're lucky, you can snipe enemy general, and I wouldn't go past level 6, because they already would be in 1300 Koku range, and for me, they never worth bringing. Some people make them cost effective. I don't know, I can't. But you know it, right? It's a cost effective bow unit, which can do good, which can get kills worth its cost, but you will be just rushed and destroyed before you have time to make it pay off. Okay, time to wrap it up. I hope it will help you to avoid some mistakes, and keep in mind, only these 3 units worth going to level 6. No matter what, you have to go to level 6. This unit good at level 2, 4 and 6. These 2 good vanilla and shouldn't go past level 6 because they are so freaking good and reliable. And these units are the ones you should use. actively whenever you can. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. See you later.